Hey, I'm gonna paint some. Figure I'd let you watch. Not sure what I'm gonna do yet, but I brought out some quinacridone red, some cerulean blue hue, and some phthalo turquoise from Nova, and then this hot pink. I actually thought I might try and do some kind of a funky little floral type, like really abstract thing. And honestly, I thought I might have a pencil somewhere handy, and I don't, so I'm just probably gonna wing it. Maybe I'll do it with this blue. Just like, I almost put this paintbrush in the water that I'm drinking. Let's don't do that. Okay, let's don't do that. Oh, all right, let's just see what I can do. See if you can still see. Okay, awesome. It's just gonna be like a real loose like outline of something I saw somebody that did something like this on one of my groups, and I flashed by it real quickly, so I didn't get the whole gist of it, but I do think it was just like a really random. Notice I'm not putting it in the center of the page, because if you post in enough groups, you will be told enough that that's not how flowers look. So, okay, Carrie Ray has learned a lesson. I'm gonna do the other one in this other color. I'm really not wanting to put my brush in my drinking water, so I'm drinking it out of my Wendy O'Connor Chica cup right now. I'm gonna put her way over there. All right, so I'm just gonna use this same brush and just do a different color for some other little shapes, and we'll see what happens. I hadn't watched a course on doing stuff like this yet, so I'm gonna wing it, and we may end up painting over it, because God only knows, this is just me making stuff up as I go along. But it's fun. It's fun to do it. So this is just acrylic paint and rando shapes. And we just like put little marks on the page just because I don't like it being all plain. Okay. Should probably try this, but alas, I think y'all know me better than that. I'd rather ruin it by accident than start trying to wait on it to dry. Oh, look, it's that fun. I just dumped that right in that red. So that's gonna be our next color, since, okay, that was good. This is a big old giant brush. I didn't really mean to grab it, but I'm just making background stuff right now, so it's fine. It's fine. And y'all, I think it's late, but my sleeping schedule is so janky. I couldn't tell you what time of day it is. The only thing that gives me any little tip is if it's bright outside or not. I don't think I love this brush. I'm gonna use this other. So I'm gonna use this round brush. And I should probably let this stuff dry. So I'm just gonna use some white so it won't mess it up too bad. I'm just going into some of these little shapes that I had started before. Because what I'm thinking I'm gonna do is just get the idea of some of these shapes, and then take a fine liner applicator type thing and outline around them. So we'll see. I'm just making this up. This is just literally me learning how to paint while y'all watch, because I don't know how to paint yet. I know how to do accidental art, and things sometimes look okay, but I have a pile of stuff that I'm cutting up into pieces for collage that they don't look okay. And I'm learning just exactly like y'all are, taking every online course that I can get my hands on. Skillshare is smart, because then you get all their courses at the same time. I just end up, I've probably watched, actually I've watched one course completely all the way through, and then everything else I watch about 60 or 70%, and then I stop because I don't want to do it exactly like anybody else. So I have never finished Betty Frank's or Suzanne Allard's courses because I didn't want it to be too samesies. But those are the first two that I took. I'm still just putting white and turquoise on these flowers. And they're just literally just the idea of a flower, like not really perfect. I wish it was actually a little bit looser because that would be cooler. But I'm going to use a fine line applicator, I think, to just make it look cool later. So everything needs to dry. Y'all, I just don't let things dry. Why? What's wrong with me? I think it has something to do with my ADD. Can y'all see that? Yeah, okay. So I was just going through and just putting some white back on here because I covered up almost all the blue. But I need to let it dry for a minute. So I'll rinse this brush and do some more on that other one, or maybe I'll just change my brush. Okay, I'm gonna use this hot pink real quick. I'm gonna put some of this on my palette. If y'all know how much paint I put on this palette, it is wasteful. But I just was randomly thinking maybe I'll just do something that'll take a lot of paint, and then I'm really not. It's just a messy flower test run before I commit to putting this on a canvas. I go in between whether I want to do canvas or paper so often. Right now I'm on a paper kick. So you can just sit here and do it just like this, which I'll be the first one to sit on the floor and paint a canvas too. Don't think I won't. So I'm going to use this other pink color that I mixed up too. Just make some round-ish. There's really no round, perfectly round flowers. So just leaving a little center in these for the fun of it. You probably can't see the whole thing because I'm a cup, but I think you're getting the idea. This will just be fun to learn how things interact because I don't know. It's trial and error because I haven't studied it, and you know, I'm just not that person. I will be one day. I'll be like, wow, look how far she's come. Like, oh, that's so sweet. I'm gonna throw this pink on this flower too. How about that? This just got lots and lots of funky colors. I turned off a murder podcast to film some YouTube content, y'all. That's love. That is how much I love doing this. Let me see if I can just put a little bit of this blue on top. I love this blue. And do it really, really loose. It's just such a cool looking color. It's one of Nova's. It's opaque one because I accidentally ordered like 90% of the transparent ones first. So this is cerulean. I don't know how to say that. So listen, RIP to all the paint names whenever you start letting me get them, because I'm gonna get them wrong. I'm gonna put some water on my brush. Just, I like the way that looks. Got my brush all in that other one. Didn't mean to do that. It just be like that sometimes, y'all. And when I talk like that, it's not because I'm dumb, it's just because I'm funny. I think I am anyway. These colors just look so pretty together. I just want to keep painting them. Keep on keeping on. And if I don't like this painting, I will cut this sucker up so fast. Y'all ain't never seen somebody get a hole puncher out. I got this like 3-inch one, I think, from Michael's. And if I don't like a painting, I'm gonna have circles of it for collage. And I'm obsessed with it. I got this blue all in these, whatever these fake flowers are right now. Everything just blending together. I'm trying to take some of that out. Just put a teeny bit of actual white. That didn't work out. Whatever that was. Y'all ever like try and paint flowers, but you never watched a class, so you're like, I'm pretty sure it's like circles, but I couldn't be positive. So sometimes I do circles and sometimes I do like 3 lines. I don't know. I just want to see like how it looks, so that's what we're doing. I know people use high flow paint for stuff like this. I just put a little bit of water in a paint I'm already using and just thin it down some, so I don't have to have 75 different things out on my palette. It's not exactly the same effect because it loses some of the pigment, but I like it okay, so we stick with it. Yeah, y'all have to tell me what, like, comment on some of my videos anyway, because it'll help my engagement. But y'all have to tell me what podcasts y'all listen to, or if y'all watch TV or what when you're painting, because I listen to so many murder podcasts. My husband be worried about stuff. I didn't mean to do that. I'll figure it out later. But yeah, what do y'all listen to? I listen to my favorite murder and true crime garage. And, the one with Paul Holes and that girl that I just completely flaked on just now, and I like it a lot. My God, I can't remember. All right, I'm gonna go back into this one for a second with some of these blues. Y'all, I'm gonna have to break out my wet palette because I put out way too much paint. I would show you, but I would mess up my camera angle, and it would take me 60 whole entire minutes to get it right again. So I'm doing this big flower again. Notice I just keep going in the same type of area because I want to keep some of that pink showing and some of that real deep blue that I can't pronounce, some of that showing. What you can do after you get all this done is like paint all the background and paint the shapes of the flowers out cooler than I've got them here because I'm not a flower painting kind of girl. And it looks really cool because then the edges and stuff are kind of framed in. When I tell y'all I ain't got no idea how to do a rose, I just wing it. I am not joking. And I know that I have paid for Suzanne's floral course. I just hadn't taken it. I paid for Denny something, D-E-N-I. I can't remember how to say her last name. I think she's out of Australia. Haven't taken it. That one was $200. But I just start painting and just want to play with stuff, and I don't want it to have to be too much stress. So the courses give me a teeny bit of stress. I'm trying to copy, I guess, what other people are doing. I need to stop doing what I'm doing right now because I'm putting my blue in my pink. I know y'all do it too. We all guilty of it. But I'm just trying to make a couple of places on here still have that pink. All right, so I'm gonna paint around the edges while the middle dries a little bit. And I have to do that with a color that's darker than, or more opaque at least. Maybe I'll do that with this turquoise color. Y'all, why do I put my brushes 60 feet away? Tell me. These brushes are good for drippies. I don't know if y'all use those, but you just put a little bit of thin high-flow paint or just paint and water mixed together and tap it like that. When I first started painting, I never knew how people did it, so I slung it like this. And if you do that, for whatever reason, it comes back on you. Your glasses will be covered, your entire face, your room, your arms, everything. It's wackadoodles, so don't make that same mistake. You would think it was going to be easier. It's not. It is harder than what you would think. So this is an opaque color, and I'm just going to go in and just sort of make these flowers whatever shape I feel like by painting around them. These little rose wannabes, and then whatever these bluish things are, and then the big one in the middle, just gonna paint around it. I had this table professionally done one time. It was older, and it was so pretty. And then I started using it for art after I paid to have it refinished. So that tells you, if you're into painting, you're probably going to give up a lot of other things so that you will have space and time for your craft. I know the dopamine release or whatever is real for me. So if I finish a painting, I put it in a frame or a mat or whatever, I just get so many happy chemicals. So I'm semi, I guess, addicted to it, which is probably not the best way to phrase that, but it is what it is. But I just want to show you, like, and then I'll pause and come back so you don't have to watch this whole process. But I just wanted to show you, like, what I'm doing here, and that is just putting these flowers in random shapes by outlining them with this opaque color from Nova. Cause like, I don't know, I didn't love the shape of that, so I'm making these into like their own little separate deal. And this is a fun part, because you can, when it's really opaque, you cannot even tell that you ever even had that other shape on there before. So I'm gonna do this one maybe in a little bit of a weirder shape. That's got a lot of white. And I'm just gonna keep going around the whole painting, around the edges of everything, until I just have a few flowers in this cool looking turquoise background. And then I'm gonna put a couple more layers and maybe some splatters and stuff on the big giant one in the center. But just so you get the idea, this is what I'm doing, just painting around it. And I'll come back when I'm done with that. Okay, I'm gonna have to do one more coat of that outline, but I just wanted to show you where I am, because this is where I would be like, this is the messy middle of this painting. There's so much that has to be done for me to be happy with it. But I wanted you to see that I'm gonna put a couple more things on top of some of this, and then do another layer of that background. And then we're just gonna funky up these flowers a little bit. And it's just gonna be a really cool looking abstract piece. And I don't know, it's just trial and error. So I'm gonna put a little bit, I'm gonna leave this blue for that turquoise. I'm gonna put a little bit more of this real cool, funky dark blue on here, since most of it is disappearing. I really like that. I'm gonna put a little bit of water down so it just is a little bit more fluid. So it's like as loose as you can be with it. And I'm doing it on purpose where it doesn't line up like with the opposite you know, you don't want it to be perfect. This is 100% just going to be real wild, loose, abstract. Because I saw these colors in somebody else's painting, and I won't look at another painting while I'm painting because I don't want to copy them. But they had big shapes and these blue and even a little bit of red and white, I think, in the painting. And I was like, oh, I got to do that. And I do not know what I'll do for the center of this, but just having that blue is really cool. Maybe I'll just... This is just literally just trial and error. Most of it will be covered up with splatters and stuff anyway, but I started listening to the murder podcast again while I was painting that next layer. I'm into it. It's about this whole mobster. So some of them I can't listen to. They'll give you like a disclaimer, I think. What do you call that? Yeah. Like if it's about children or something, like I'm out. That's a no for me. Like Travis, no. Randy Jackson on American Idol. That's a no for me, dog. Can't be hearing that. But now, like, let some bad people, you know, like Dexter, you know, kind of stuff. Like, talk to me about that vigilante stuff. Yes, all day long. Because that's the way to do it. If you're going to be murdery, at least be murdery with people that are terrible. But I hope you're not murdery, because that ain't the right thing to do. But if you're going to do it anyway, if you ain't going to listen to the rules and you're going to do it anyway, we got a long list of people that hurt children all over the world. And I'm just saying, I should probably edit that out, let my intrusive thoughts win right now, but it's really late, and sometimes it happens. So I'm going to take another pause and do one more layer of this turquoise background. And then I'm going to get my drippy things and my drippy paints, and we're going to go crazy on this thing. I think that's what's going to make it look the coolest. Maybe I have tons of this paint left on this palette. Maybe I will put, I don't really want to do that. I was about to scratch in it, but put a little bit more color on these that I painted around. My brush is messy. We just trying stuff out here, y'all. But yeah, there'll probably be drips over half of this, and you won't be able to see it because I'm going to do some really fun drippy stuff with one of my fine line applicator things. Definitely don't need to mess up a couple of flowers that look decent. But sometimes that's what I do. Somebody asked me the other day, did I take an Andrea Garvey class to make some of the flowers? And I was like, nope, need to. She's amazing. I took one of her abstract, like shape ones, but I didn't finish it. Like I never finish classes. And I want to. But I'm like, let's just see what I can do with what they've taught me so far. Because I love Betty Frank's style, but she's got her group on Facebook, and a lot of it, they look the same, you know. I think I just decided I'm going to make these flowers like a little bit different because they're just not telling me nice things. I'm going to try and make purple out of pink and blue. Let's see, did that work? That's not going to go well with my painting. I'm just going to show you all that color would not look well on this painting, so I'm abandoning that thought now also. This is what I'm about to do though. I'm just gonna, oh, this brush is crunchy. Did y'all hear that? I'm gonna do like these weird little impressions on these with this crunchy brush. Because I don't know what kind of flower these are supposed to be anyway. And nobody cares. Every time I paint a floral like this, everybody likes it. They do not care that they cannot identify what this might be. And that's good. That gives you lots of grace in your flower painting stuff. I have an exhibit coming up that I'm gonna take a couple of florals to, and I'm really nervous because I don't know if my friends are just being nice to me. And if the other people are gonna be like, oh, what is that? My bad. My friends told me it was good. So we shall see what happens. If you're local, you should come. It's in Gallery 120 in Clover. So now I'm just gonna put a little teeny bit of white back on top of those. It's called Art Alive. I posted about it on my page. I hope y'all speed me up when y'all are doing this. I really do. Because I want to talk, but I don't really know what to talk about sometimes. Sometimes I talk about too much. It's a conundrum. So you can see how my white's getting a lot of blue in it because I don't let things dry because I'm impatient. But they'll look good. I might do one more round of this white, just real thin on this big flower, and then paint my background again. And then go after it with some drips and high flow paint and stuff. Y'all might not be trusting me right now, and that's okay, because the messy middle is a difficult place to redeem yourself and get out of. But I have gotten out of it several times, and then the times I didn't, I cut that painting up and I got collage stuff. So it's okay either way. I don't know why I did that, but it looked cool, so I'm doing it again. Cool. All right, I'm gonna do this turquoise background again, run it around one more time, and then I'll be back. Okay, so all I did is exactly what I told you, which is finish putting the background on for a second coat. That's that turquoise color. It's called Phthalo Turquoise from Nova. And then so what we're gonna do now is just do some fun drippy stuff and marks with Posca pens and things like that, and just embellish this a little bit, but it's gonna be cute. And if nobody loves it, I'll keep it forever, because I do. So random just dots, because I'm a dot person. I'm gonna do some bigger drips too, but just in case they're not as opaque as I like them, I'm doing this one with my Posca pen. Posca pens are life. So there's no rhyme or reason to any of the things I'm showing you today. I actually had no idea what I was going to do when I started, so it makes it so much more fun. Okay, let's see. This one will be fun. This one I'm going to use to drip with my little fan brush like I told you about earlier. And then I got these, both these come from Machine Studio, and I don't make money off of them, but that's a mop marker, and this is a metal tip. It's called a metal marker. Let me see if I can just show you what this looks like. I think the tip of it's caked on. Hang on, hold please. Okay, so this one is semi like a Posca pen, but it's not one to work. That's what's getting on my nerves. I had too much paint left over on my palette. So I just painted this piece of paper for a background for later. Okay, let's see if this is gonna work. Y'all, you can't make this stuff up. I'm gonna give up because that's gonna give me anxiety. Ain't worth it. So this, I'm just gonna put a little bit on a piece of paper just by holding it down, and it's real liquidy. And then I'm going to wet my fan brush and accidentally get pink paint on it. And then rub it in that, see that? And then I'm gonna do like this. So, ooh, I gotta put my apron over my good pants. See how it's doing little splotches on it? I don't know if you can tell, but I like it better. I like to have some of the Posca marks because they're really, really symmetric and stuff. But I also like to have some of these random ones. And you see it's getting all over my arm. So if you fling it like that, thinking, oh yeah, I've seen brushes or artists do that with their brushes. Trust me when I tell you that artist is covered in paint when that's over. All right. And so that's a lot of this white. Now I'm going to do this fluorescent pink because it's so pretty. This is a high flow paint, so I'm just going to pour some of that on my palette. Just a teeny bit. Y'all, this stuff goes a long dang way. This is some bright, bright pink. I'm obsessed. I'm going to try and get as much of this white off as I can because I want this to be real pink. Okay. Here we go. So you probably won't be able to see it until I hold it up, but it is bright, bright. And I love that. I'm getting these little pink splatters all over everything, but it looks so cool. It's worth it, y'all. My palette even looks pretty. Y'all know I'll be liking to mark up my palettes. But this is just a really fun, funky project that I didn't even know what I was going to do when I sat down to do it. I just wanted to do some big florals with these fun colors because I saw it on a page I was on the other day. So for now, this is what we got. And I already like it a ton. I will say I might want to put a couple of big drops of paint, not real big, but just always take it and try it over to the side because you can do too big of ones and you don't want to do that. Y'all, this makes me nervous because this painting's cute. I don't want to mess it up. I don't want the drips to run anywhere yet. If I want that to happen, I want it to be like on purpose. So I'm trying to keep my paper level. That's why I just moved that marker. I'm gonna have to do this one too because I don't really want it to run anywhere right now. I'm gonna let it dry. Well, that one just went on my table, but that's okay. This table's covered. What's funny is that I don't have any room in my house where this would look okay, like, except my studios. So in both houses, my studios have rando art everywhere because you can get away with that. I'm gonna show you real quick what it looks like. And once it dries, if I want to do more to it, I can. But you just wouldn't believe how cute that will look in a frame. And if it's not your thing, it's not your thing, but I'm pretty excited about it. Good night.